I feel like that camera's pointing way too far up.
I promise you it's good.
Okay. I believe you.
When I ride, it actually looks right.
Okay. I've already forgotten where he told us to go.
Left at the lights, past the Maccas, and then to the big roundabout.
Yep.
Oh, it sounds good.
It does sound good.
I'm very impressed.
Let's go. So I do a big pop a big mono over the speed bump on the way out of the dealership.
I can tell you it's cramped.
Yeah, that was my thought of it being low.
It's cramped, that's for sure. But that's alright.
Well, you are 9 foot tall.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Oh, what's going on there?
Whoa! He was turning right for the longest time and then decided straight up he didn't want to.
Yeah, changed his mind.
Yeah.
2 seconds out of the dealership and you T-bone someone. That sounds quite good.
Sounds like KTM.
Sounds like a 790. Check out my knee angle.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Nice. That knee angle is pretty impressive.
Already bloody on 1 bar of fuel.
Oh, rip.
I'm impressed with how this thing sounds. No quick shifter, but that's alright.
Oh. Anyway, Jack, for the 6 viewers that are watching, what are you on?
Yeah. I'm on a 450MT, CFMoto 450MT. It's pretty interesting. I'm enjoying the ride. It's quite comfy. And you're on what?
I am on an 800MT. What am I on? A Tour.
The Tour, yeah, touring.
Yeah, not the Explorer. Doesn't have the big screen. Doesn't have ride modes, but it's essentially a KTM 790 as well.
Yeah, because you still get the spoked wheels, but you don't get the super fancy suspension in between. I think the Explorer, whatever the one model up might get fancier suspension. I can't remember.
Should have done more research.
Yeah, should have done more research.
From what he told me, it was a bigger screen, ride modes. Yeah, possibly the suspension. I can't confirm that. Someone will tell me, I'm sure. After my last Papio video, where everyone decided to correct me.
Yeah,
I learnt what it's like to be on the internet all over again.
But that's okay.
But this feels like the 901 that I rode down on, just a little bit down on horsepower.
Yeah, and shorter.
I tell you what though, its low speed manners are excellent.
Yeah.
I'm noticing I'm sitting a lot lower than the KTM Husqvarna equivalent, and you are sitting basically behind the tank.
Yes, which is a lot, but it's good. It means when I put my feet down, I've got a bend. It's really quite good. Both feet flat-footed, no problem, which makes it nice.
Definitely got that learner characteristic to it.
It's so narrow too. You don't feel like you're sitting out of the bike.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with your narrow, petite hips.
Yes, that's right. I enjoy something a bit narrower.
Yep. That was the one question I had actually with that seat being so low, is how do you find it standing up with, is there anything in between your legs to hold on to, or are you like standing on top of the bike?
It probably feels like I'm standing on top of the bike, but I didn't really pay that much attention when I did it before, so I'll go up again and we'll have a look.
It looks great. It looks like a baby T7.
I was impressed by the white and blue ones that we saw at the shop there too. They look quite good.
They look really good. That's a really good colorway. Oh yeah, definitely.
You can grip the seat because it's got that scalloped out section in the side.
Yep.
But
it definitely looks like you're standing well above the bike, like your kneecaps are above a contact point.
Yeah, which is fine. The TFT is quite nice, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it does look good. So why don't we tell the viewers, Jack, why we're test riding bikes today?
Well, crashed the last one.
Binned it.
Binned it.
Not your fault. Not your fault, well, lad.
No, proper binned it. Smashed a big pothole. We can insert photos of that.
Yeah, pothole the size of a bathtub.
Yeah, that's right. can
Uh,
smash a big pothole, and that's what happens. So we're out here test riding stuff.
yep.
Really nice to test ride things again because I'm not sure. I'm deciding whether I'll go back to that Aprilia or step onto something else.
I'll be interested to see whether. Well, I mean, we're here because we wanted to test ride the 450s for starters.
Yeah,
But we're here because you come off a DRZ, you're an enduro
yeah,
rider, and had that thought about going back to something a bit lighter.
yeah.
We're also ADHD, so we'll change our mind 6,000 times a day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'll check mine 20 times before I make a decision on a new bike, but that's fine because I can just keep looking.
So we're going to go basically the opposite, well, nearly the opposite end of the spectrum without going to the heavyweights, but we're going to go from the lightweight up to the 890R that we've got booked this afternoon and see how loud you scream at 105 horsepower.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be very interesting, that's for sure. I'm excited to see how that goes. The last time I rode a bike that powerful was that bike you're riding, actually.
Yeah, and this is 10 horsepower down.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how the new 890 goes, if I can bear the responsibility of a temperamental KTM.
Well, just remember to put a different chain tensioner in it, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's right. Back to this bike though, I can tell you the windscreen's pretty good. Better than I rode the BMW. What are they? The 900 Adventure.
F900 GS, not the Adventure, the base one.
I rode the F900 GS, and its windscreen was appallingly bad. So I can tell you that this windscreen's a lot better.
A nice big nav bar there.
Yeah, it's nice. You can fit anything you want it up here. It seems okay. It's got a bit of flex in it, but it's not unusable.
The wind protection on this is tenfold the Norden, so I'm enjoying myself so far.
It's got that nice big windscreen on it, which is convenient.
Yeah, nice big windscreen. As I said before, I feel like I'm sat a lot lower, which is good. I like the sat in the bike, not on the bike. I really like that about the Africa Twin. It very much felt like the bike was in front of you, not on top of you. You didn't feel like you were riding a mini bike.
Yeah.
Not that riding a mini bike's a bad thing if you see my other video, but for 3,000 Ks, you kind of want to be back in a bit of an armchair, more of that Goldwing style, and that's the point of stuff like this, is it can do it all. And as we discussed, for 3,500 Ks all the way through Victoria, we're amazed that they can do it all.
Yeah, exactly.
But for on-road performance, for single up touring, for throwing a bag on it and going a long distance, man, this is good. This seat's really comfortable. It's got a lot of tech. It's got a lot of features and smooth. It's quiet. It's good. It's got a quick shifter. It's got cruise control as standard.
Yeah, well, CFMoto really nailed it with that, with the tech and the comfort. They pulled through getting the value out of the bike because there's not a lot of money, and the amount of kit that you get for it is spectacular.
That's exactly right. And one of the things I've been impressed with CFMoto particularly is their ability to listen to the customer. A lot of big manufacturers now are so pig-headed that they just don't.
No, they don't want to.
Oh, mate's lost his wheel. I'm good.
Yeah.
As I was talking to the bloke at CFMoto before about the notorious KTM camshaft issue.
Yeah.
They've been going on about that since the 790, like 2019.
Yeah.
And it is still a problem. And it's still a problem that KTM haven't fully addressed. Yet, so when this bike come out particularly, there was a lot of little problems that most manufacturers would just go, get over it. But, things like the fueling. The fueling on early 800 MTs was apparently atrocious.
Yes.
And over the course of its lifespan, the last couple of years, it's gotten better and better and better with software updates on the bike. And all of a sudden, I mean, it's 5.Y, so it's all it is, a software update. And all of a sudden, I'm jumping on this. It's a 24, and it's great. It's a little bit snappier than its KTM equivalent of what I'm used to. It's absolutely rideable.
No, that's right. And to the point where you get software updates to the phone, too, which means you don't have to take it to your dealer to get it updated. You just get it to the app on your phone, you connect your phone, and then do the update, which makes it really nice. Because if you don't want to take it to your dealer, you can always just do it yourself. That makes it nice and convenient because then you don't have to worry about making sure that you update it, going to the dealer and making sure they update it. Bit of a process. especially if you don't live close to a dealer.
That's the thing. A lot of people have problems with CFMoto so far is the dealer network is really only city-based. Like, I haven't got one local to me in Bathurst. You've
No.
got one local to you on the coast, which is fine.
Yeah, I can manage that.
Yeah, exactly. But, you're sooner going to find a Kawasaki or a Honda dealer before you're going to find CFMoto.
Yeah.
I will say, it's a lot less chuggy than the 890.
Yeah.
The fueling under 4,000 RPM is miles better. I'm just
Yeah.
going to back off here because mine has a problem under 3,000 RPM in sixth, right? So I'm just going to back off, come back down under 3,000 and take off. Oh, it's a bit shaky. Oh, no, it's way better. Way better.
Yeah.
Didn't hesitate at all.
No, that's good.
I think we somewhere up here, turn around, do a bit of a wife swap,
Yep, I'm in for that.
and head on back.
Yep.
I'm getting hangry.
You're getting angry.
Yeah, man. Really impressed with that.
Yeah, it really wants to rev.
Especially like this coming off the big brother, effectively. Like, this should be realistically a knockoff, and it doesn't feel like a knockoff at all. The stand's really stumpy.
Yeah.
Whoop. I'm gonna grab that as going
Wants to
forward.
roll away.
Yeah, it wants to roll away. I parked it in a bad spot.
That's okay.
Alright.
There you go. Does sound good, doesn't it?
That does sound really good. Gonna get into it.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like,
Yeah, it's not too bad.
it's a 450 with under 50 horsepower. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's definitely got the torque.
Yeah,
And it cruises along so nicely.
it does. I'm immediately noticing that my fat ass has gone straight through the seat.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's not too bad at all. It's very narrow. I see what you mean about the compact, but it's me being a lot shorter than you is much less of an issue.
Yeah, and look, you know what it really markets me towards is those people that are buying Adventure 390s or like any of those single cylinder adventure bikes in commas with
Yep.
cast wheels, because that's got
Yeah.
tuber spoke wheels, it's got all the right suspension, it's got all the power that cruises along quite happily at speed compared to like
Yep.
a 390.
And it's funny actually you mentioned that, because a couple of weeks ago I saw a news article, a spy photo of what is more than likely the new KTM 390. And
Yes.
it's the 390 Adventure, and it's got a Dakar screen, 21-inch front wheel, longer tail section. I now know why, because they saw this thing come out and went, oh no, we're going to lose that market.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like if you were looking for if you were short and stumpy, someone like my girlfriend, short and stumpy, needs a low seat and a good narrow bike so you can put your feet down and a light frame, that couldn't really get any better.
Oh, 100%. For the money as well.
Yeah.
Royal Enfield with the new 450's done the same thing, and I'd love to have a go at that, but I can see why they did a total redesign from the old Massey Ferguson.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell you what, it's fairly rough.
Yeah, it is fairly rough, but they might have the preload turned right up.
Yeah, or right down and I'm sitting on the bottom of the suspension.
Yeah, it doesn't look super squatted though. It's quite happy.
Oh, that's right. It's handling everything. Like, as far as stability is concerned, I'm riding in the wheel track, and I've got absolutely no problems with stability. It's not throwing me around. Potholes and things like that, I'm not barking left and right, but it's just a little bit stiff, but I'm a little bit thick, so that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's fine. And then considering like a friend of ours rides the SWM in, what does he ride?
Yep.
The 650. Oh, I can't remember what it's.
Yeah, the single. I don't know what it's called. It's the old Husqvarna Terra.
That's right, the old Husqvarna Terra, but SWM's version of it. And like that's a nice bike.
Motor in it.
The BMW motor, but that's a nice bike. But that bike there, when you're riding, would shit all over that bike. And yeah, it probably makes less power, but it's a lot happier at 110, and
Yeah, 100%.
more comfy, and it's a lot more usable.
Absolutely not worried about overtaking power.
No.
And like, Yeah,
Neither
exactly.
is this.
But like, the tech package, the comfort. I mean, the SWM is still a dirt bike.
Yeah, that's right.
This just seems a lot happier on the road. I'd love to have a go of it off road. I reckon it'd be a riot.
Yeah, it would be. Considering how light and snippy it is and how much room you've got when you stand up to move the bike around underneath you, it would be so
Yeah.
nice to deal with.
Oh yeah, God, standing is awesome.
Yeah, all the room you could ever want.
I'm thoroughly impressed with the wind protection. Like, we're wearing
Yeah,
peaked helmets as well.
and it's beautiful. It's got no problems.
But what's your summary of these two?
My summary? Oh yeah, well, sorry. Look, the A90 is a good bit of kit. Sorry, not the A90, the 800 MT. There's a lot of tech, a lot of comfort, a lot of value. There seems to be just like endless amount of things you can do, especially if you get the Explorer or whatever it's called, with the fancy dash and the ride modes and everything. It's like, man, that's a lot of kit. I feel the same about the 450. There's a lot of kit in that bike, and for anyone who's keen to get on an adventure bike but wants to learn or hasn't experienced a heavy bike before, they're under 10 grand. That's just sensational, considering what like a 390 adventure costs, or anything on those
They're beyond
similar.
10 grand now.
Yeah, which is wild. You get that parallel twin, all that nice kit. It's a really hard to pass up bike. What about you?
Yeah, look, the 800, having not even ridden the 800, I knew it was a bit of value. Like, CFMoto makes that 790 engine. It's not a rip-off. They make it. KTM doesn't.
Yeah,
They've refined it. They know its problems. They know its foibles. What are you paying for like even a 790's cheap now? You're paying, what are they, 17-ish thousand with
yeah.
nothing on them.
No,
So you're paying six. Last I looked, it could have changed by now, but last I looked at 16,990 for an Explorer, and that had the bigger screen, ride modes, Apple CarPlay, better suspension. Still had the bag racks as standard, crash bars as standard, big wind
yeah,
protection. How do you go wrong? You get on a 790. You've got the camshaft issue that CFMoto doesn't seem to have, and
no.
B, you've got a canvas, not a kitted out, ready to ride around the country bike.
Very interesting, isn't it?
It's worth stating that for people that are going to do massive Ks, that are looking at a bike to do the lap on, that it does have a 15,000 interval and 30,000 valve intervals. But CF Moto's by the hour is not going to be as much as KTM's by the hour.
No, that's right.
As far as the 450 is concerned, as good as I thought it was going to be, for 10 grand, somebody that wants to get into the adventure segment, that wants to ride around the country but is young or short or inexperienced, it's a really easy bike to ride. The fueling's great, the clutch is light. The service intervals are now officially 5,000 Ks, right? Which
Yeah,
realistically is, for a small high revving motor, is probably where you need to be, but it's
yeah,
something to keep in mind. But the valve intervals are 40,000.
yeah, which is unreal.
So, like, I think he quoted $320 for a normal service, right? But
Mm.
a normal service on my Norden is only every second service. Every second service, you got to do the valves on it.
Yeah,
Whereas this is 40,000 Ks on something like this is a lot. And
yeah, it
people will
really is.
do it. I got absolutely
Yeah,
no doubt it'll work a blow well beyond that, and people will be more than happy and comfortable to do it. But just not having that, it's easily going to be over $1,000 to do valves on just about anything. You don't have that in the back of your head when buying the bike. It's a long way away.
it is a long way away, and it's really worthwhile knowing that you can run it
Mm,
out that far if you want to.
yeah, 100%. Yeah. But to complete the summary, the wind protection's good, the TFT is excellent, the riding position's great. You sit down in the bike, not on the bike. It feels a lot bigger than it actually is. It's got heaps of horsepower. It sounds excellent. Um, Cons for anyone, what am I, 5'9", 5'10", with a 32-inch inseam. I'm comfortable, but wouldn't be for hours on end. It's a little bit cramped. The seat's a little bit low. I would probably put a tall seat on it with an extra inch of foam. That'll fix all the problems.
Yeah, and considering that it's marketed for people who are half our height or close to it, it's worthwhile. For
100%.
someone like them, it'd be sensational.
100%. Needs a quick shifter.
Yeah, it needs a quick shifter.
But you know, everything needs a quick shifter. My Papio
Yep.
needs a quick shifter.
It does. Stuff, new bike stuff.
What's the fuel tank size on these?
I don't know. I'll have to have a look.
Well, we can tell old mate we didn't crash.
No, that's all right. Definitely a plus.
And we'll come back when we get to KTM, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent.